Are you an individual who would like to start their entrepreneurial journey? You don't know where to start? You don't know what to do? Well, my name is Cheryl Couture and I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Just stay tuned. Welcome back to my podcast. Beauty in the Biz. I am Cheryl Couture Inc., aka the Credit Queen Pen. It just depends on which way we're going. Cheryl Couture Inc. is more for the business structure. If you have a business in the beauty industry or the beauty space, and it doesn't stop at just being a hairstylist. I'm talking about nail tech, eyelash extensions, barbers, body sculptors. I hope that's the right name to use for y'all. Microblading, estheticians, the list goes on. Even those who own boutiques, people in real estate, credit repair, all that. Anything that beautify your life is what you will find on this page, on this channel, on this podcast. So I want to start my first episode with your business structure. A lot of people are misguided when it comes to business structure. They don't know the difference between the type of structures. You have, your LLC, your sole proprietor, your S Corp, your C Corp, your LLC single members and things like that. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I always tell my clients to either get an LLC or an S Corp. And the reason why, and then if you're a single person LLC, I don't want to go into it because I'm not a CPA or anything like that. But if you're a single person LLC, there's certain forms you can file with the IRS to get taxed as an S Corp. So you can ask your CPA about that. But the reason you want to structure your business properly is because you want your business to have its own entity, its own identity. You don't want your business to rely on you and your credit or have any kind of connection with your personal property, because if anything goes wrong in that business, they can take everything from you instead of just what the assets that the business have by itself. So if you want to learn more about that, structuring your business properly, LLC versus S Corp, then I would definitely tell you to schedule a meeting with a CPA. I have one, and I will put his information down below. I put the website down below, and you can ask him whatever you want to ask him, any questions and things like that, and especially when it comes to tax purposes, because you want to make sure that you are getting the biggest bang for your buck. Now, I'm kind of laid back, and I'm really not like this. I'm really high energy, but my sleeping pattern's been off lately, and I think because I'm just so excited and anxious about doing this podcast, I can't even sleep. Like last night, I was up writing out all kind of ideas and visions and things about this podcast, because I really want to help our community the best way possible. And if you have any suggestions, ideas, or tips, please list it down in the comments so I know what topics to hit, because I can't think of everything for everyone, but I would love to help as many people as I can. If you haven't, please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to grow this channel. I've had quite a few people come on board within the last 24 hours, and I would just like to continue to grow this channel or podcast. Sorry. So let's get back to the real deal, and that would be structuring your business properly. So the first thing you want to do is come up with a business name. Once you have your business name, it needs to kind of represent who you are and what you do. You don't have to technically have what you do in the business name. So I'm a hairstylist, so I don't have to be like Styles by Cheryl, or I don't have to be like Cheryl the Stylist, or I don't have to have nothing basic like that. I chose the name Cheryl Couture Inc. for my business is because it's just a corporation of me. I can be a hairstylist. I can be a business coach. I can be whatever it is that I want to be, because I am the corporation. Cheryl Couture is a corporation. So I didn't want to limit myself just to being a stylist. I wanted to have a plethora of ideas and visions that I can actually do without having to minimize myself to just that one thing. So that's the reason. Well, actually, I didn't come up with that. My ex-husband, he came up with it, and he was just like, oh, it should be Cheryl Couture Inc. And I was just like, nobody's going to work for me if I put that name. It's like, it's so selfish and all this. And when he broke it down to me, he was just like, do you really want to be known as Cheryl the Stylist for the rest of your life? And I'm like, No, I think I'm gonna have a bigger impact on society other than being a hairstylist, even though that's where everything formed, was from me being a hairstylist. So Cheryl Couture Inc. is the name I go by. I see a lot of people doing the same thing, just incorporating their name or their last name, Morgan Enterprises, or, you know, things like that. But your gift, what you do, that is what make people understand what it is that you do without using that name. So just like my credit repair company is Consumer Education Services, it doesn't say anything about credit repair in it. But when you look at my Instagram page, you know that I do credit repair. So that is the correlation between the two. You don't necessarily have to put what you do, but it does have to represent you. It has to be a part of your brand. It has to be what people will know you for. Everybody with Cheryl Couture, they know who Cheryl Couture is. Google it, ask in Orlando, Palm Beach, whatever. People will be like, oh yeah, Cheryl Couture. Okay. So that's the emphasis you want behind your name, the name that you choose for your business. Once you pick your name for your business, you figure it out, the name complements you, you want to go ahead and get your business incorporated or have an LLC. Just register it with your state. Some states charge $75, some states charge $300, but you will find that out on your state's website. I know with Florida, it's sunbiz.org. You can go ahead and register your business name and fill out all the information on the form. Now, if you're not too keen on doing that, there are a ton of YouTube videos that will show you how to do it the proper way. Step by step, line by line. I would do it. I would have a master Zoom call and do it, but everybody will be in different states and I can't be on all the different websites at one time. So unless you want to purchase a one-on-one business coaching, and I can get on the computer with you on a Zoom call and do everything with you. Other than that, you just have to go on YouTube and figure it out, which isn't bad. You know, just type in your name, your state, and that registration, state registration, LLC registration for this state or whatever, and it'll come up. Trust me, it will come up. Once you get your name registered, my next thing, I go to irs.gov to get an EIN number. A lot of you hear that, and a lot of you are going to the wrong websites. Some people are going to, I think it was one called irsgov.com. That's not the website. It's irs.gov. You would put in the search bar EIN. It'll populate all the pages for EIN. It's going to come right up, and you're just going to apply for it. Apply for your EIN, and you'll do it however you register your business with the state. So if you did an LLC, you want to apply for your EIN for your LLC. If you want to do it for S Corp, it'll say it on the irs.gov website that you want to do it for your S Corp. Get that. It is free. You shouldn't be paying for an EIN number. You should not be paying for an EIN number. I'm going to say it one more time. You should not be paying for an EIN number. It's completely free through the IRS. They do want to track your money, so they're going to give you that EIN number for free. Okay. Once you get your EIN, you want to go over to Dun & Bradstreet's DNB.com. Go to DunandBradstreet.com, register for your DUNS number. You're going to click the menu and you're going to scroll down to see Get a DUNS number. When you see Get a DUNS number, you're going to put your business information in there. Sometimes it'll populate it, sometimes it won't. If it doesn't populate, then you want to go ahead and apply for it. Do not let Dun & Bradstreet upsell you. Your DUNS number is also free. Your DUNS number is free. It'll take a couple days to get to you via email, but it is free. If somebody call you and be like, hey, you're going to get a lot of solicitation after you register your business with the state. So you're going to get a lot of solicitation saying, hey, you need to file this, you need to do that. You don't. You did everything that you needed to do. When you filed it with your state, when you got your EIN, you get your Dun & Bradstreet, you don't have to pay for anything else. Just letting you know that. That's it. And Dun & Bradstreet is free. EIN is free. You have to pay for your state registration. So that's the only fee that should be coming out of your pocket. Once I do that, I have my LLC, I have my EIN, I have my DNB, then I will go and I will get a business bank account. Now, you don't have to have a Dun & Bradstreet number to open a business bank account. Some banks require it, most of them don't. They just want your EIN and your business statutes. So if you have those two things, you can go in there with your ID or whatever and open a business bank account. The minimum, the very, 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 very bare minimum, I would say, is to put $100 into your bank account. I personally would do $1,000. And if you have $10,000, that's even better because they will market products and stuff to you right there on the spot. But you want to make sure that you have something in that business bank account, and you also want to make sure that business money is constantly flowing through your business bank account. Do not attach anything to your personal bank account once you have your business bank account open. Let's say that again. Don't attach anything to your personal bank account once you have your business bank account open. If you get $1, deposit it in your business bank account. You can transfer it to wherever you want. Make all your deposits into your business bank account because this is going to help you in the long run when you're looking for business funding. So you want to make sure and get yourself in the habit of placing and depositing everything into your business bank account. Okay? If anything, pay yourself weekly as like a payroll or a payroll cycle, or if you have different merchant accounts, they offer payroll for a fee. But if you're not there yet, just make sure that every Tuesday or every Wednesday or every Friday that you're paying yourself a set amount every week so you can see that money going through. And then say if you want to get a car or you want to apply for a house or whatever, then you can use that payroll cycle to show your income. They'll see that it's leaving your business account and it's going into your personal account. As far as taxes and things like that, you want to go ahead and sign up with the IRS. I think it's called EFTPS, and pay your taxes. You can do it monthly, quarterly, or however you want, or once a year. But I will also do that, and I will take a certain percentage out and just pay my taxes. So when you do file your taxes for the year, you're good to go. Okay, these are just little tips. So I'm gonna try to link everything down below. Hopefully I remember all of it, but most likely I will. So once I have my business bank account, I will go ahead and sometimes I just pay somebody on Fiverr to build a website for me, or I will go in there on Wix.com or Shopify or whatever and just build a website. But it's easier just to pay somebody $10, $20 on Fiverr to build a website. A one-page website, 4-page website. You don't want your website to be too confusing and have too many pages. People will leave. If it's not basically directly linked to what they're looking for, they're gonna leave. And then, you know, you don't have a sale or you don't have a booked appointment or whatever. So make sure that you have your business website. As far as addresses and phone numbers, I'm not like everyone else. I know they're saying that you have to have a virtual address and your address cannot be connected to your residential address and stuff like that. But I've been using my residential address. Well, I have a virtual address, but I've used my residential address when applying for like credit cards and things like that because I wanted to come to my home. So I use my virtual address for things like my registration with the state, but my mailing address will be on there. I would do, don't y'all go Googling my stuff now. I will also do my virtual address on my website. I'll do my virtual address on my business cards. I'll do my virtual address on things like that. But things that I know I have to have come to my home, I will use a residential address or an address where I have access to the mailbox. So when things come, you know, you don't have to go all over trying to get it. It can come to your virtual address as well, but I don't know those people like that. And if they steal my stuff, I'm going to fight them. So we did all that. We have everything to start. You can use your cell phone number. You can get a Google Voice number, but I wouldn't suggest using a Google Voice number for applications. I would use my regular cell phone number, or I would get a second phone and have that dedicated as a business phone. But I tell people just start where you at. If you don't have money to get a cell phone, then just start where you at. Use your cell phone number on applications and get a Google Voice number for personal calls or, you know, something like that. But they want a direct line. So either your mobile or your home phone, they want to have a direct line. They don't want to have to go through VoIP, which is basically what Google Voice is. They don't want to go through that because it's not consistent, it's not reliable, and it's really not attached to you. It's attached to an email. So you want to do that. Cell phones, they're giving away cell phones. I know they have very cheap cell phone companies like Metro PCS, Mint Mobile, things like that. They're very, very cheap monthly cell phone programs, and they basically give you a phone or they'll finance a phone for you. So don't limit yourself because you don't think that you have what it takes, or you don't think that you have the resources or whatever to start your business, because like I said, it doesn't cost a lot of money to start a business if you know what you're doing. You really only have to pay for certain things. Like I said, you have to pay for your state registration. You also have to pay for, well, you don't have to pay, but you have to put money into a business banking account once you get all that squared away. And if you want to purchase an extra cell phone, and if you want to get your website created by someone on Fiverr, or if you want to do it yourself, you can go to, for a domain name, you can go to like GoDaddy or Gator Host, I think it's called. I use Namecheap because Namecheap is really cheap. So I like Namecheap. I will use them. I'll have a link below for Namecheap if you would like to use them. But that's it. And I keep saying because I'm trying to think of stuff, because I have a whole list written down in my phone and I'm recording on my phone. That's so smart. So, but those are basically the basics of getting your business structured. If you want to go a step further, you can get your NAICS code. You're going to end up needing it sooner or later. I know a lot of people will be thinking like they don't need that code, but they do. You want to make sure that is structured and you're not picking a code that brings up red flags. I'll put what businesses are basically red flags when it comes to the is it NAICS? I think it's NAICS code. Certain things, like I know like credit repair is one, so that's why I don't use credit repair in my name. Instead, it's just consulting. And I will link them down below, the major ones that bring up red flags, because that will definitely affect your funding when it comes to that time to get business funding. So I hope that you enjoyed this video on starting your business, the correct foundation, the correct way to start your business when you have a new business. And once you do it this one time, you can apply this same method to any business. It doesn't matter what it is: hair salon, car wash, lawn maintenance, babysitting, whatever you choose to do. The business structure will always be the same. This is the foundation. This is the key to having your business done the right way. Okay, you probably hear it 1,000 different ways, but this is it. And I've received hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding. I've gotten quite a few dollars when it comes to funding because my business was structured the right way. And some people think that their business is structured the right way, and it isn't. And when you get to a certain level or a certain status, or you're bringing in a certain amount of money, you will have to restructure your business. And I'm just letting you know that now. Not as far as renaming it or moving your address or anything like that. It's just, it's for tax purposes. They will tell you the best way to have your business structured. It's instant. You don't have to wait any time for it, but you just want to make sure that you're reaping the best benefits for your business, for your pockets, for your tax liabilities, and things of that nature. Like I said, you will get with a CPA. Let me write that down. Y'all need to have my CPA's information. I'll use my little black girl's notebook. I'm going to link the CPA information. I'm going to link EIN, Dun & Bradstreet website, so you can find your state registration. There's a website that tell you all the websites for each state to register your business. I'll link that down below. And what else? Oh, your NAICS codes. So I didn't even write that down. I think I remember, so I don't even have to write it down. I just kind of wanted to show y'all this cute little notebook. And I'm gonna link this down below as well. And you can find this on Amazon. My daughter, she made this notebook. So yeah, that is it for my first episode. And I hope this really helps someone. I'm going to come back with another episode. And I think that will be more so of personal credit opportunities to get your personal credit together. Because sometimes when you're applying for business credit, you will have to personally guarantee certain things if your business credit isn't built up the right way. And that's what we're trying to avoid altogether. We don't want to tie ourselves to our business. Like I said, we want to be totally separate, two separate entities. So I don't want my social security number going on anything that has to do with my business. I want my business EIN number to be its social security number for the business, and leave mine alone. Okay, so that is what we're going to do In the next episode, I'm going to do talk about your personal credit, how to get it so it's credit worthy enough for you to get some kind of funding personally, and then how to build your business credit. So make sure that you tune in. Make sure that you tune in. Make sure that you like. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you share. And I will see you guys next week.